Welcome to another edition of the Sports One. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees out of any Yankees are the best equipped to handle a bully.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the oldest trash. Every person you have here is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Pour here on a Football Friday. Barnes and Michael. What's going on, bro?
Just chilling, dude. Just chilling. Glad to be here. Tony's on assignment at a wedding, so I filled in.
How is the Starbucks hitting? I know you're big on, obviously doing it in. Is it holding up all right?
So I've been drinking the iced brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso.
Okay, what do we think?
So it's just literally 4 shots of espresso for this large one.
Yep.
A little brown sugar and oat milk.
Wait, but it's a large coffee and then?
No, it's just 4 shots.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so you get the large, you get 4.
So basically, it's the Dan Campbell special.
Well, yeah, you need a couple more, but it's fire. I love it.
Awesome, bro.
Honestly. If you're going to get Starbucks, I know they do the pumps, the syrups, all that
Right.
stuff. This is the drink for you. The ice brown sugar oat milk shaken espresso. Espresso, brown sugar, oat milk. That's it.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. I'll definitely have to.
I'm telling you, you'll love
check
it.
that out. I haven't had Starbucks in a little bit. For a while, because for a long time I didn't, because I ruined my homemade cold brew maker because I went on vacation and then it got all nasty. But I got another one, so I've just been doing like the Costco coffee, the cold brew every morning. Just one. Don't want it to interrupt the sleep. Even though I could drink 8 cups of coffee every day. I love coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been a while. And it looks like, as always, Michael, we got a couple people in the building, and someone specifically riled for Michael.
Yes. Donna in here saying, good morning, all. Good morning, Donna.
Good morning, Donna.
PG General Ernie saying, Swami does it again. Flacco went belt to ass. Then he says, Theophil, the rights to my wet phone. How are you? That's a good one.
He
needs to have like a little book he has.
Oh, the
sayings.
sayings.
It's good.
Yeah, no, it's great. Ernie's the best.
Ernie's sayings.
We love it. We love it. So there's so much to get to. I definitely want to talk about the disaster of a Yankee press conference, but it is Friday, though, so we're going to wait a little bit on that. And we got to start, Michael, in the world of the National Football League.
Let's go.
This kid is special, man. You didn't think to do that.
Gonna run for it, he got it, and there he goes. Oh, the play of the year in the NFL. Throws intercepted by Surtain. Nobody's gonna catch him. Jones to the end zone, touchdown. Quincy Williams leveling Murray. There he goes. Jamar Chase. Not yet. Touchdown, Bengals. Stafford, Williams. What a hit by Budda Baker. Budda Baker just saved a touchdown.
Today's NFL segment is brought to you by Velvet Llama, premium canned cocktails crafted by NYC bartenders with a playful spirit. Enjoy their award-winning espresso martini with Italian espresso and chocolate notes, the crisp Moscow Mule with Nigerian ginger, or the spicy margarita with organic agave and jalapeno. These ready-to-drink treats are made with the finest ingredients. Grab yours at velvetllama.com and ride the smooth wave with Velvet Llama. So we had kind of talked about it yesterday just in terms of the spread seeming like, what we've seen from the NFL this year. You really don't know anything, and it seemed like the Bengals, were dead in the water. It seemed like this was a matchup, the Steelers defense honing in on an aging Joe Flacco, would be able to do the job, but it was not the case. And really, Cincinnati, was in command For most of this game past, I don't know, midway through the second quarter, because Pittsburgh did jump out to a 10-0 lead. Rodgers looked pretty good. Jonnu Smith, it seems like that connection has been working out well. He caught the first touchdown. They added a 41-yard Boswell field goal after a offsides penalty on a tush push they tried on a 4th and inches. But from that point on, I mean, Cincinnati really dominated, outscoring Pittsburgh 33-21. Their first touchdown was Jamar Chase on an 8-yard pass from Flacco, and Chase having one of his best games of the year, 16 catches for 161 yards and a score. So obviously the Bengals, this is what they had in mind when they switched over, from Jake Browning.
I mean, he's a good
to Joe
quarterback.
Flacco. Yeah, no, that's the thing. Even though he's old,
Yeah.
obviously, he's not going to be at the peak of his career. But for like this type of
He's better than-
situation,
Justin Fields.
oh yeah, because he can, if
He
he's
can throw the
standing
ball.
there and he has a second,
Yeah.
he can throw.
Yeah.
And that's what he did last night. So Chase caught the first touchdown, second touchdown, about 3 minutes left in the second. 29-yarder to T. Higgins, and they also added McPherson at the horn, 49-yard field goal. And Rodgers did throw 2 picks, so that set up Cincinnati well. Third quarter, they extended the 20-10 on a 14-play drive. And that's a short field goal for McPherson, so 20-10. Freiermuth does catch a 19-yarder from Rodgers, and they were talking about it on the broadcast last night. How, he's kind of got lost in the mix there. You bring in Jonnu Smith, not to mention a couple other tight ends, but he catches one of his 2 touchdowns he had last night. So that made it 2017. But the Bengals would answer back. 8 plays, 67 yards. Noah Fant made it 27-17. And then, the other tight end, Darnell Washington, catches a 2-yard touchdown pass from Rodgers, 27-24. McPherson makes it 30-24 with a 45-yard field goal. And then Pittsburgh would actually take a lead with 2 minutes, 21 seconds left, 31-30 after Freiermuth goes 68 yards on a pass from Rodgers. But the Bengals able to get into field goal position with 7 seconds left on the clock. McPherson for 36 wins it for Cincinnati. So they're hoping this win saves their season as they win 33-31. Now 3-4. A game and a half behind Pittsburgh there for first place in the AFC North, and obviously with the Ravens 1-5, and I think the Browns, the Browns are 1-5 as well. Cincinnati's still in it, obviously a couple months away from a Burrow return, but I'm sure they feel like you have a veteran quarterback like Flacco. We saw on full display last night what he can do with time and weapons. We mentioned Chase's stat line. Higgins had 6 for 96 in a score. Fant, besides that touchdown, 4 for 44. And they actually ran the ball. They've been the worst team in the league running the ball, or one of the worst teams. And they've only averaged, I think, 57 yards a game. They ran for 142 last night. Chase Brown, who was great last year, burst on the scene. Kind of one of those fantasy championship guys, 11 for 108. Joe Flacco, 31 of 47, 342, 3 touchdowns, 7.3 yards per completion, only sacked twice, a 75.2 quarterback rating. Obviously, that's outstanding, especially, for a 40-year-old quarterback. Will turn 41 at the beginning of next year. Unbelievable how he keeps going. Different teams, different situations, traded midseason, doesn't matter. I thought that was really impressive. So the Bengals have life. Now, Steelers, despite the disappointing loss, still 4-2. I think, despite those 2 picks, I thought the picks were bad. Other than that, though, I think Rodgers played really well. I mean, 4 touchdown passes, hard to argue with that. 76.3 quarterback rating, so slightly better than Flacco's. 23 of 34. They ran the ball great. Jalen Warden, 16 for 127. And then Freiermuth, we talked about it, the 2 touchdowns, 5 for 111. DK a little quiet, 3 for 50. And Warren also had 4 for 31 out of the backfield. So yeah, I mean, good to see the Bengals hang in there. We'd love to see Burrow come back, make a run in the playoffs. Always fun to make, to watch him. And I think the Bengals did a really good thing in getting Joe Flacco. And I thought it was kind of interesting too. I don't know if it was I think it was during the week. They had a press conference, and Tomlin a little tight that the Browns had traded their starting quarterback to the Bengals. I thought that was a little like, bro, like, why don't you just beat him? Like, if you're not happy about it, bro. This is it's free marketplace in the NFL. So I thought that was a little sour grapes, but I think the Steelers will be fine. Obviously, they wanted to win this one, but I think they'll bounce back. And they actually have 9 days off because they're playing Sunday Night Football against the Packers. So that's going to be a big game. But one I'm sure they would love to win. And obviously, Rodgers has it circled on his calendar. The drama would be even more so if it was in Green Bay, but that one will be in Pittsburgh. And as far as the Cincinnati Bengals are concerned, like we said, now 3-4, and their next game is against the Jets. So obviously that is an opportunity to go 4-4, as we know, with the Swiss cheese defense, a quarterback who can't complete a pass. But we'll talk about that in a second. So that's how we start week 7. But we do have a bunch of games here. We'll do a frenzy in a second, but we do have to do the DTV TCA pick. So we have first pick this week. I don't usually do stuff like this, and I guess I'm gonna channel my inner Lee Corso, and I did tease this yesterday. But for the first pick against the TCA, we're gonna go, Michael. If you could assist me here with the JETS Jets. Yes, we are going with the 0-6 Jets.
I can't believe it.
0-4 at home. 1.5 point underdogs here. And obviously Rico Dowdle on fire, and they're also going to get Chuba Hubbard back. But going with the Jets, it just seems like it's one of those things that makes sense. The Vegas with that 1.5 point spread, earning for you to take the Panthers. So we will go Jets minus 1.5 as the first pick. Moving down the list here, just taking a look at these numbers. Let's see. The Chargers is tempting. Green Bay is tempting. You look at San Francisco. I'm gonna say definitely Tony. We kind of said we like this one. He was asking if I was gonna take it. I said you got to find out. We'll go Buccaneers plus 5.5. Obviously we know the Lions will be motivated off that loss to the Chiefs. But I could see that being right down to the wire field goal game. So we'll go Jets minus 1.5. I actually have to change that. Jets plus 1.5. So we got Jets plus 1.5, Buccaneers plus 5.5. And then for the third and final here, Browns are tempting, as well as the Rams, which you would feel like they bounce back with a 3.5. The Raiders keeping it close. Minnesota. I am going to go with the Giants plus 7.5.
Okay.
Seems like a tough matchup there on the road, Denver, but we saw Denver get bogged down by the Jets last week, and I just like what Scatterbo and Dart have brought to this team. So Jets plus 1.5, Buccaneers plus 5.5, Giants plus 7.5, and I believe, I could be mistaken, but I believe that's the first time ever that we have taken 3 underdogs. So trying something different after the 0-3 week. The Kev do chirp this morning. So we'll see how these picks work out. But I believe we have them on Discord.
We do.
What's up, fellas?
Kev do.
Is it just Kev do?
Yes, I think he's muted.
The boiler room? Kev do.
Kevin do.
Are you there?
Oh, there's Ernie.
Ernie's here too. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't a segment that we coming out here to talk shit. Nah, we gonna give our picks, but I don't know where Josh is.
Yeah.
I don't know which ones he took down.
Did you give him a call?
What picks? This mobile.
Did you give him a call? You don't say. Give me a second. Oh man.
Here.
There he is. Do you know where Josh is, Ernie? At least we have the music to keep us company for.
Nah, unfortunately, no, I do not know where Josh is.
Corporate America.
I just hit him up. I don't know what he doing.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you could always just come back if you don't. You know what I mean? If you don't have the picks, that's fine. Just let us know. You know, when you're ready.
Donna called for us. He's not answering.
Bro.
Yeah, he's probably just tied up with work.
Shout out Donna.
So it's up to you guys. Either you could take him.
There he is.
Oh, he's here. He's here. He's here.
There he is.
Corporate America.
You know what picks we're taking?
What were your 3 picks, guys?
I don't
Really,
even
3
think
picks.
they're in on us yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking to them. Yeah. So I just texted him, but
You know what I
it's
think, my paper.
Jets. It's Jets plus 1.5, Bucks plus 5.5, Giants plus 7.5.
I'm in the middle of doing shit, bro. Can you just make it?
What picks did you
sent me the-
have?
I didn't make any
I
picks.
sent you 6.
Okay, so just use those picks. Use one of those picks. That's fine. Use those
Oh,
picks.
Sounds
I don't
like a
even know what they
scramble here.
picked.
Hey,
That's
you
what
you
I
guys
know they
hear
took
us?
the Jets like a fool.
All right, well,
Can you hear us?
Thank you.
Peace.
All right, Kev, it's up to you.
Can you take it? Or are you gonna just let us know? I feel like just text us, dude. It's all right.
I don't know why they can't hear us.
No, I can't hear you.
Okay.
Can't hear you.
Can you hear us now? No?
Probably the music. Take out the music.
No, it's something going on. It's weird that they can't hear us through the Discord.
But I don't. He could still just say his picks though.
I told him to call me.
Oh yeah, that would make more sense. Get it together, fellas. Oh my god. I told them if they need a second. I mean, it's like, you know.
Well, Josh didn't make the picks.
Yeah. Sounded like a tough day. So I don't know. I don't know if we just, you know, start the
I mean, he'll call me soon.
yeah. But
I do have something for baseball when we get into it that'll be surprising for you.
okay.
You'll like it.
No, but I say honestly, like just if they call back during, you could just text us or just call back when you're ready. But I say we
Okay.
just do the frenzy and then,
Okay.
you know, we'll worry about that after. All right, here we go.
Oh, he was just calling me.
Oh.
Kev, you're live, baby.
What's going on, guys?
There he is.
Yo, what picks did you take? Because I was trying to do
But
Discord.
you didn't see my text?
Nah, man, I'm driving, trying
Okay,
to
yeah,
be on
the
Discord.
Jets, the Bucks, and the Giants.
Damn, you didn't even take one of our picks. So we're gonna take. Who'd you take? The Jets, the Bucks, and the Lions?
Giants.
Giants. All right, we're gonna take the Pats at -6.5.
Okay.
That's gonna be our first pick.
Yep.
Then we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna hit you with the Cowboys +1.
Wow.
Okay.
With the fourth pick, we're gonna take the Seahawks 3.5, -3.5.
All right. So Pats -6.5, Cowboys +1.5, Seahawks -3.5.
Ernie's saying take the pack.
Yeah, you know, I was thinking about it, but I don't know. It just
No, I'm good on that.
yeah.
I'm good on the
I mean,
Pats.
yeah. I mean, they should win, you know, by 7, but I don't know. It's just the opposite seems to keep happening.
Yo, they don't know how to cover. That's their problem.
Yeah. Nobody
I
knows
can't
how to
take them
cover.
with the spreads. NFL's been crazy this year. You wouldn't think half these teams will win.
Nope. Exactly. So, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, y'all gonna go 0-3, so I mean.
Okay, Kev. We'll talk about
that's
this.
That's how it be.
We'll talk about this
All
next
right, fellas.
week.
I got work to do. Josh was busy, so we stay in chat too long. So
all right.
Have a good rest of the show, brother.
All right, Kev. Have a good day,
Appreciate
dude.
you guys. All right.
Bye.
So the picks are
Kev
in.
the Dew.
They're going 0-3. But get the music blaring, Michael. We got to start early and often in London. How about that? I believe the last international game of the NFL season, Rams, Jags, Rams -3.5, total 44.5. And you think about Jacksonville coming off that loss to Seattle after an impressive 4-1 start to the season. Some murmurs that not everything is great with Lawrence and Cohen, despite the record. Lawrence with 5 picks already. Stafford's been great, 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Nakua, I believe, is, it says questionable, but for some reason, I want to say he's going to be out for this one. I just want to check because obviously, let's see, non-participant Thursday, day-to-day. So they don't really know for sure. But I'm going to assume they want to play it safe. I'm going to assume Nakua's out, but you do have Devontae Adams. You do have Tyler Higbee. You have a great running game with Kyron Williams. And, I just think they're better than Jacksonville. I said it the other day, and I know people got tight on the short about Duval and the Jags and fraudulent and what are you doing and all of that stuff. But I think that still stands true. I think McVay will coach a masterpiece versus Jacksonville. I think Stafford will have success as well. Maybe they run a little more without Nakua in the game. 44.5. I'm going to say under the 44.5. But the Rams are going to win this one 24-10. So domination start to finish. So give me the Rams and the under for the first game. Saints Bears. This one coming to you from Soldier Field. Chicago 4.5. Total set at 46.5. Saints 1-5 now after getting their first win. The Bears 3-2. 3 straight wins after an 0-2 start. Big win against Washington on Monday Night Football. 4.5. I mean, yes, does this line up to be that disappointing game? Absolutely. But I just think the Saints are that bad on the road. It says 56 for now in Chicago. I'm sure it'll be even colder. And I think the Bears, will do a good mix of running pass with Swift and getting a Dunze, involved in the passing game with DJ Moore and Loveland. So I think this is another under 46.5. I'm going to say Bears win this one. Let's go with 21-7. So we're going to go the Bears and the under there. As we go to Cleveland, probably some cold weather, you would think. It says 66 right now, but again, that feels kind of high for Cleveland this time of year. But the Dolphins in shambles. Tua talking smack about his teammates. Hill out for the season. McDaniel, dead man walking, all of that. Their only win against the Jets this year. So I had to go with the Browns. 2.5-point favorites here. Just doesn't seem like a good spot for the Dolphins. I think the Browns with Judkins will get the running game going. If Jerry Jeudy plays, he's unquestionable. I think he'll be okay. But yeah, I just think the Dolphins are done. Browns usually a little better at home. Obviously, that's where their only win of the season came against the Packers. But so give me the Browns, 36.5. How about this? Under that, let's say Browns win 17-10. So give me the Browns and the under there. We go to Tennessee, Nissan Stadium. Mike Vrabel, is there going to be a tribute video for the former Titans head coach? Speaking of the Titans head coach, obviously, they fired Brian Callahan. And yeah, they did just say Puka Nacua is out for that game in London, as we expected. But they fire Callahan. They go with former Chargers coach Mike McCoy as the interim. So that's why I think, this is going to be a close game. Usually interim coach, the players get fired up. Cam Ward, can he do any better? I think the Patriots better team, but 6.5 on the road might be a stretch, despite how bad Tennessee and Cam Ward have looked this year. I'm going to say this is an under game as well, but the Patriots win. I'm going to say 20. let's say 20-17. So give me the Patriots and the under there. We go to Arrowhead, the Chiefs, the Raiders. The Raiders have given the Chiefs fits. Bauer's not going to play in this one. They talked about Genti trying to improve some things, going back to his old college stance at running back. And I just think, I know you look at this at the surface and you say Kansas City not going to cover, struggles with the Raiders, struggles covering big numbers, all that. But I think they got motivated after that 0-2 start. Everybody's saying they're done. Obviously, they've won 3 out of 4 since, and I think they take it on the Raiders. Let's face it, Geno Smith is a train wreck. 7 touchdowns, 10 picks. I think this Chiefs defense pressures him in his face. Spagnuolo, very good at forcing turnovers, getting sacks. I think this is a bloodbath, and I think Kansas City getting Rashee Rice back is huge. I think this is a vintage Mahomes game. He's fired up. I'm going to say the Chiefs put up 38 on the Raiders and win 38-17. So that would be the Chiefs and the over. So we move along here. A lot of favorites so far, but obviously some upsets you would imagine are brewing. But we go to Minnesota. You have the Vikings. You have the Eagles. The Eagles 2.5-point road favorites. I think they said something on DNR this morning that they've been outscored 52-17 their last 5 quarters. A.J. Brown, Hurts, what's going on? Barkley not as effective. I know it's one of those things. Maybe trappish. You get the Vikings plus 2.5 at home. Maybe not. And I think they're not sure about J.J. McCarthy. Wentz has done okay filling in, but I'm sure obviously they want to get McCarthy in there. And let's just take a look at the injury report. It's still listing him as questionable with the ankle. And I just wanted to see if we have any updates there. He practiced limited base Thursday. Not ready to name a starter, but they think they might announce it today. But I don't know. I just don't like what I'm seeing out of Philadelphia. So for that reason and that reason alone, I'll go with, Kevin O'Connell here, whether it's Wentz, whether it's McCarthy. I think they get Jordan Mason going on the ground. Obviously, Justin Jefferson a priority as well. And I think this is an over game. I don't like what I've seen out of the Eagles defensively this year, the secondary. And I think Minnesota will win this game 31-24. So give me the Vikings and give me the over. As we move along here, I believe we are going to the Meadowlands. We already made the pick earlier. The 0-6 Jets, the 3-3 Panthers, Rico Dowdle with nearly 500 yards from scrimmage. No, that's Jacksonville. The last 2 days. But the Jets, 2 games. But the Jets are reeling. But this is what I'm saying. This is like that obvious thing. The Jets suck. They're losing every game. Panthers have looked good. They're going to beat them. The Jets are a joke, this and that. And this is when, Justin Fields balls out, 120 on the ground, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns. The Jets, not known for their offense here, are going to put up a 39 spot. How about a 39
is jumping for joy
spot?
right now.
Breece Hall also rushing for $130. Maybe his last game as a Jet. I know we won't be jumping into joy about that, but impending free agent, got to do the mature thing and get some value for him. I think you can get at least a 4 from one of the contenders. But for this game, I think the Jets defense finally steps up. And I've had some debates with Chief about how good Sauce Gardner is. I think he's overrated. So let's see him pick off Bryce Young twice, including a pick 6, Michael. How about that? And then, so then we're going to see the Jets win convincingly. How about that? Jets with a convincing win here. We're going to say 39-14.
Wow.
So we're going to go the Jets. We're going to go the over. So let's see it, fellas. Let's see it. We go to Denver, 4:05 window. The Broncos, the Giants. The Broncos coming off that win against the Jets in London. Here they are at home against the Giants. And I think this is one of those things where the reason why for our picks, I did go with the Giants with the points was just because I think the number's too high. I like the way they've played recently. I think Denver still finds a way to win. Maybe Will Lutz at the horn, but I think 7.5 is too much. And I will go with the under I'm going to say Broncos win 17-14. So we'll go Giants with the points, Broncos outright, and the under. Moving along, we go to SoFi Stadium, Inglewood, California. The Chargers, -1.5 here, hosting the Colts. Indiana Jones has been a revelation this year for the Colts, stepping in there for Anthony Richardson. Jonathan Taylor's been great. Already 603 yards on the ground, 7 touchdowns. The Chargers have played pretty well this year. A little bit of an up and down season. They squeaked by Miami last week. Everyone thought they should win that game convincingly. This is interesting, but I think we're due for a little regression to the mean here with Daniel Jones and this Colts team. I think the Chargers are the better team, and I think they're going to be able to get the job done here despite all the injuries at running back. I think Herbert carves up the Colts here. Let's say 360 through the air, 2 touchdowns to Keenan Allen, and I think we'll see the Chargers win this one. Let's go 24-14. So that would be the Chargers and the under. And we go to Dallas, 425 on FOX. You have Jaden Daniels going up against Dak Prescott here. Cowboys earning for a win. It's interesting that, with Kev part of the picks here, they go with Dallas. It is tough, but I'm going to say, because the Commanders, I think, have been a little underwhelming, only 500 after making that improbable run to the NFC Championship game last year. I think they're going to have, a lot of success on the ground. Look for Krosky Merritt. Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt, I think is the full name. Look for him to have some success. Jaden Daniels as well. And I think everybody's had an easy time scoring against the Cowboys here. So I think the Commanders win. I want to say that it goes over as well. I think this is, let's say 31-24. So we'll go the Commanders in the over. We go to Arizona, the Cardinals, the Packers, -6.5 here, 3-1-1. We know about the tie against Dallas. The Cards come in 2-4. I wanted to see if there was an update on, as me and Tony would say, Murray for this. Obviously, Jacoby Brissett filling in last week. And I don't see, why is he not listed on the injury report? But I see questionable next to his game in this, his name in the sortable stats. Limited practice Thursday. Similar breakdown of reps. Murray has at least one chance to prove. So I guess, it's not official, but just from what I could tell, it feels like maybe they slow play this because they want it to be healthy. But I think it's a good thing, honestly, for Brissett. And the other thing I wanted to check on, because I have him for fantasy too, is Marvin Harrison Jr. had the concussion last week. Obviously, Cards would love to have him back. He practiced in limited fashion yesterday. I guess the neurologist will need to clear him. So I'm going to assume he doesn't play. So obviously those are, you got your starting quarterback out. And you also have, Harrison, his number one target. So I'm going to go, with the Pack here. And I know I just said I don't know about that number, but now that I rethink it, Harrison out, especially the injuries at running back to Connors and Benson. Give me the Pack to roll. 3-1-1 on the season. Jacobs questionable with an illness. You would think he goes, and I think Love balls out. Jacob runs for $130, 2 touchdowns. Pack roll here. Let's go 42-17. So we'll go the Pack and the over, and we move along here. Next up on the docket, we have Sunday Night Football. So the last game on Sunday, we'll talk about the Monday games on Monday. You got that doubleheader. The Falcons, the Niners. I think Purdy's going to be back. I just wanted to check that real quick. Let's see. So, injury report. I don't see him listed. Obviously, you think about the Niners, the injuries to Bosa and Warner. That's huge. Falcons looking better after some inconsistent games to start the season. And I just want to get one check here on Brock Purdy. Let's see, limited practice with the toe. And he's a better bet than Purdy to be available. Wow, okay. So maybe Mac Jones again. I know he had the 3 picks last week. Other than that, though, he's looked pretty good. But we saw what Bijan did, the upset of the Bills last week. Drake London, unbelievable. So, especially with the Mac Jones start, I didn't like those 3 picks. I know Penix 4 touchdowns, only 3 picks himself this season. But I think Bijan balls out. I think they find a way to get London the ball. Maybe Kyle Pitts, dare I say, help me out for fantasy a little bit. But maybe Jones throws a pick or 2. So give me the underdog Falcons here, plus 2.5. I'll say Bijan goes for $160, 2 touchdowns. Drake London also catching a score as well. Falcons win, let's say 28-24. So we're going to go with the Falcons and the over. And just like that, your Week 7 NFL frenzy. So, we had a really good game last night, Michael. And I hope that we're in store for some great games over the weekend. And it was a great start for me for fantasy. I did have Steelers defense, which didn't get me anything, but Jamar Chase with the 16 for 161 in the score, got me going there. I think that was 50 points for fantasy, which is obviously outstanding. So if we could just switch gears here, Michael, and go to the world of Major League Baseball.
It's deep to left. It's 700. Albert Pujols.
Yeah, what a play! Stop it. Yep.
And Alonso cracks one of the Mets win the ball game. Out of sight.
And it works at 100 miles an hour. 14 strikeout.
Drill deep to left field. There it goes. See ya.
Before we begin, I got something for us.
Wow, and I actually was gonna have something for you too.
Really?
Yeah, but you start.
I have 2 things, but you go first while I get this set up.
Okay, because what I was gonna say actually is because there was a little debate the last couple of days. I think I mentioned this to Tony yesterday. But basically, because what I was just gonna start this segment by saying is, yes, we'll talk about the 2 baseball games from yesterday, but we know the important thing we want to talk about is the Yankee press conference. But everybody was kind of getting on me saying that I'm not a baseball fan. I don't know baseball. I just know the Yankees, and I just feel like that's just ridiculous. And I just feel like there's 2 different things. Like Kev Du literally said, "Yo, you don't know ball." That's what he said to me yesterday on Discord, and it's like, dude, I know baseball, but I don't need to watch the other teams play, especially in the playoffs. When the Yankees are out, like I still know what's going on, but it's just my interest level is just not there. But yeah, they were all kind of giving me a hard time for that. But I know the grids, the random stats.
I mean, it's obvious. Like, how do you know a lot?
I don't need to watch those games.
Yeah,
like it's like
you get your highlights in, and I know you, and I know you have it. You have your main screen, you have your secondary viewing screen, and then the third screen is definitely baseball right now. And so you definitely take your peaks over there.
Yeah.
It's just,
But it just doesn't matter. And like, it's an exciting game. No, it's not exciting. It's only exciting if you're in it, you win it, and that's all that I care about. And that's it.
You're just a winner, Barnes.
Yeah.
Okay?
That's it.
You have a winner's mentality. You know who would be impressed with you?
Who?
Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter. But first, we're going to go with A-Rod. Little binge buddies here.
Okay. Oh, yes. Yep.
I knew you'd appreciate this.
Yep.
How do you think most people view you?
This looks good.
I mean, I would just say it's complicated.
There's clearly 2 personalities. There's A-Rod and there's Alex. Alex is my brother, a sensitive person, and A-Rod is the killer. A-Rod is a Shakespearean figure.
Alex Rodriguez with a grand slam.
He's one of the greatest players who ever played. But he also was an incredibly flawed individual.
I think he's someone who is fixated on how he comes across to the world.
Driven deep to center field.
The guy truly was obsessed with the game. That's all he talked about.
I'm glad they're boys.
When you join the Yankees, you have to be anything but a winner. You can be the worst person in the world, but if you could play, then you're fulfilling your obligation.
I felt like pressure to produce and play at a really high level at all costs.
Breaking news tonight, we are learning that baseball is about to announce its most sweeping set of suspensions for use of performance-enhancing drugs.
Why rich and powerful people cheat, part 1. There's an arrogance that often comes with power. There's a sense I won't get caught because you actually think you are better than other people. There's nothing more stupid than that. I learned that the hard way. I'm on a journey of being a man with integrity and character and someone that you can bet on and you can trust. I'm sure there's people watching this, and no matter what I say, they're going to spin it to why they're going to hate me more. And that's fine.
Is this Alex or A-Rod we're talking to right now?
How good does that look?
No, that looks really good. And I like that it's more so about him rather than, like, you know how I always say, like, the captain couldn't get through it, you're missing the old days. But I feel like this is at least, like, it's not so much about, you know, it's just about him specifically, so I think I'll do better with it. Like,
I understand it. It's tough for you to get through stuff, past Yankee stuff, but I will say, I don't know, there's something deep down inside of me that believes we're going to have some of those old guys from those teams be a part of the organization in a different way sooner than later.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's
and
really
then I got
what we
something
need.
else for you.
Yep.
Speaking of
And
our
did you say when
captains,
that's out? When that's coming out?
November 6th.
Okay, so soon.
Yep. This is something else. I'm look, producer
You're on
Mike.
top of
I'm
it.
on top of it, baby.
Yes.
This is a little bit. I kind of have. It's weird because I have a soft spot for this guy because we have his pitcher dirt.
Oh,
here.
sure. Okay. Yep.
So I know this is gonna segue you, Barnes, into what you're gonna talk about. But I thought this would be a good little audio for us to get to that place. Oops, sorry, my bad.
Great job. But I know just from playing against you all those years, you're the type of pitcher that really feeds off your emotions. So I'm going to ask the question I think everyone wants to know. Talk to me about the extended conversation you had with the manager when he came out to the mound.
It was a 2-out situation. I just had checked the board. I think I was at 69 or 70 pitches. My arm felt great. 2 outs, and Randy was coming up, and in my head I was going through, kind of in my sequence of how I wanted to pitch Randy, thinking through the situation, and all of a sudden I see Schneid's coming out, and it kind of caught me off guard, and that's just where one of those moments where I know I wanted the ball. I knew the situation of the game. I wanted the ball, and I basically told him that in a little bit different language. I love it. Absolutely love it.
That's great.
He's great, and I love that clip because that's baseball.
Right.
Like, not the analytics, not
Right.
this bullshit. Like, we need guys like that as pitchers and as baseball players, specifically pitchers, and honestly managers who are going to be like, F the guys that are calling me and telling me, you got to take him out. You go to the mound, you talk to your guy. He gives you crazy eyes and says, keep me in. And guess what? They win the game.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So it is a good segue because I did want to talk about the Yankee press conference yesterday. Unfortunately, it kind of goes against what you're saying.
I know.
We're stuck with
They might.
with Cashman.
Is it true about Ben Rice?
Oh, just teams have inquired, but I think they would have to get something substantial. Cashman always does a toe tap, and he's not really, unless it's something that on his value chart lines up, whatever. But basically, there were some inconsistencies yesterday. Just there's a lot to go over, but basically, like, one thing that stood out with the inconsistencies, Boone said he didn't think Volpe's shoulder injury, they announced that, he had the shoulder surgery. He'll probably miss, a couple of weeks, if not a month, to start the season next year, coming back from the torn labrum. But I don't know how he could say this, but Boone saying, the injury didn't impact him. Cashman saying it did. So there's a little inconsistency there. And then, when asked if he's going to be the starting shortstop, Cashman said, I think, or I guess, or something like that. So he wasn't like completely committal. But my hope there is, it seems like, he's going to miss the first month. That gives Caballero the opportunity to have a really good April and then maybe change the thought process there. A lot of people want to get rid of Volpe, which, I am one of those, but just being realistic in terms of what I think they're going to do, that probably doesn't happen. So that was one big story there. The other was a surprise. Rodon, the cleanup, the bone spurs in his elbow. So he is going to miss the first couple weeks of the season, it looks like. So, you want to just be conservative, say the first month, comes back early May. So obviously,
when does Cole come back?
You don't love to hear that. And I was actually just about to get to that. So a little time, a couple weeks, beginning of the season, whatever. But Cole, they were saying, basically they're thinking May, and then again with the conservative nature, you want to say June, but I would say somewhere in the middle of May. But everything is on schedule from the Tommy John, so you love to hear that.
He's going to be riled.
He's going to be so riled. I'm sure he wants to take the mound right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then Judge, did have the elbow injury last year. They said no surgery, everything will be good to go. So you love that. No delays with Judge. Obviously, this is very important. So those were the injury highlights from yesterday, and then basically, they were just kind of booting Cashman, both saying like, "Oh, the Blue Jays just beat us." And
Dude, sorry to cut you off, dude. Did they? I think they cheated.
So
because they can't hit against Seattle, it's ridiculous.
Well, then they just won the last 2 games on the road. I don't know. It's
weird.
Yeah, it is weird. But I don't know if it's just so much tipping, which isn't technically cheating. But to your point, it just seemed like they knew what was coming. But at the same time, you can't cheat pitching, So you got to hit the ball too.
Yeah.
But it does seem like there was some tipping of the pitches at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was just saying like, "Oh, they beat us," but we feel like we have a championship, roster, and weren't really alluding to like making big moves, saying that they like Bellinger, not committing to him, but saying they haven't talked yet. You would think that they're gonna go after him, but it just it doesn't seem like they're going to be as much as we would like, players for Tucker. I think Murakami is a possibility, and I've really settled on that. I like that, going with Murakami, getting the next Matsui, Michael, like you've mentioned.
I want him.
Yeah.
That's the guy. Remember last year I was talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, this is the guy I was talking about.
Yes.
Needed.
Yes, absolutely. I just think great for the culture as well. Average hitter, power hitter. It really would mix things up. So I feel like, you want the lineup different because they were going through the numbers today on DNR. I think most runs scored, most home runs, and I think third in batting average, which I was surprised about. But the problem was bottom third in strikeouts, and that was the difference with the teams that are still in the playoffs. I think 2 of the teams were top 3 in the league, Dodgers middle of the pack. So that's what they got to work on, obviously. So, I would love to see, Murakami at first, have Rice be the catcher, either trade Wells or have him be the backup catcher, and then sign Luis Ariz.
I was going to say this last show you guys did, but I didn't feel like messaging it. It was too much for me. But Wells, it seemed like all year was chasing his first at bat of the season.
Yeah,
that moment.
Oh yeah.
Like it seemed like every time he got up,
he just home run.
Yeah, it's like, dude, you suck.
Right. Exactly. The power is there, but there's no discipline.
Yeah,
and that's something that Jazz really needs to work on.
Yes. And defensively with Jazz, we didn't get to talk much about it.
That one play being at the game.
Dude.
There was a guy next to me. Yeah, Jazz! Great play, Jazz. Like the whole rest of the game after that. And it killed the game.
It did.
Top play should have made it, though.
Should have. And, dude.
Yawning, ripped.
Dude, and he's like, after, I know you've seen it multiple times, but like after he does it, he's like.
Yeah, just look at this. No, but that's a too ripped. And that's what I love, like Kev Deuce saying, like, oh, he's not too ripped. Fine, this and that. Same thing with Jazz. It's like, bro, like I get you. You're all about that. But just wait till after the game. You don't need to be so, like, you know what I mean? Like,
and it's just
so
like,
ridiculous.
It almost seems like.
Take your job seriously.
Exactly. I was just going to say, it's just like he's too nonchalant. It's like, this is the playoffs. Like, you can't make that. That's a routine double play right there.
Right.
Easy.
They could easily win the game. They could still be playing right now if that hadn't happened.
Exactly.
that's kind of my thoughts. Obviously, the bullpen needs to be rebuilt. I was thinking he'd hold the bullpen, but maybe with these injuries, he'll probably start in the rotation. So they'll sign some relievers or trade for some guys. They love their controllable players. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, we wish we heard some different things at the press conference. But at the end of the day, what matters is what happens on the field. But, of course, it starts with the offseason. So let's have a good one. Let's get Murakami in here. I just think that would be huge. And then one thing I was surprised about, a lot of pushback from, I've seen it on Twitter and even some guys in the TCA, about going with Dominguez and Jones in the outfield. And I understand Dominguez, the defensive concerns. He's only 22. He can grow. I think he was fine hitting last year. And I think a lot of people are kind of scarred because Volpe and Wells have been so bad, but it's like, let's not ignore what Ben Rice is doing and giving guys time to grow. Ben Rice was sent down last year because he was hitting like 180 after hitting a 3-run homer in game. This year, one of our best hitters, homer in the postseason, all that. You mentioned Judge. I was just talking about that yesterday. First 40 games when he got called up after homering his first at-bat, he hits 180, and then we saw what he did his first full season, rookie year, the 50 homers, all that. So I just feel like the nervousness with Spencer Jones and Jason Dominguez, I think it's ridiculous. I love the all homegrown outfield, getting Murakami, Caballero starting at short to start the season, I think is great. McMahon is a vacuum at third. Jazz, I'm hoping motivated contract year. He needs extra money for that swag and the ice and all that, and the field of Bud and all of that. So I'm sure he'll be jacked up. And then Murakami, having a strong rookie season. And I like a rise because the Stanton injury is inevitable, so he could play DH. And then when there's other injuries, he can fill in. Such a good contact hitter, great for off the bench in the playoffs. And I don't think it'll cost too much. So that's kind of my thoughts there. We'll see what happens. But boy, I was talking to Tony about this. It just kind of hits you at random times, where you're just like, jeez, man, I just want to snap this streak so bad. The feeling was so good beating the Red Sox finally, and you just couldn't follow it up. I know we would have beaten the Mariners, and, once you're in the World Series, anything could happen. But, it's just tough, man. You know what I mean? And I feel like some people look at it different ways, kind of like the Josh B mindsets of like, oh, same thing, nothing to change, this and that. But Michael, I can't look at it. And I was telling Ernie this the other day. It's like, I can only tell you why we can. I'm not thinking about why we can't. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, what's the point? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, the players have the most control. They can't control who's out there, but they can do their jobs to the best of their ability. And we just need guys to step up because Judge hit, no one else did. That's it. That's why I want to rebuild the lineup. And like I said, I really hope we get Murakami. So, we'll see what happens.
And what's good also is that we're close.
Right.
We're close. It's not like we're super far, like, I don't know, a 4-letter team that's also in New York.
I think our pitching staff is going to be great. Cole's going to be jacked up. You think about Cole,
Schlittler,
Fried, Schlittler, Rodon is the top 4. That's ridiculous. Heel as your 5th starter.
You got the rotation down.
Yeah, I like Bednar closing.
Yes.
Tim Hill out of the bullpen's great. Duvall and Cruz good. Add a couple more guys that are stable because our bullpen ERA was in the bottom 5 in the league, so that can't happen again. And then, improve the contact rate, improve the offense, keep running. I liked how we were stealing a lot of bases last year, and we go from there. But I really expect big things out of Spencer Jones. People get concerned. The strikeout rate, Judge struck out a ton. Didn't matter. If you're talented and, the fact
you figure it out.
Yes, that he's athletic. He steals bases.
Isn't there another guy?
Defense, homers. George Lombard, but he's not going to be ready just yet. Probably needs another full year in the minors. He's only 20, I think.
But he's a big boy.
No, not a big boy. Shortstop.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's a contact hitter.
Contact, but has power. Father played in the majors, so there's
wow.
Yeah. So people are riled up about him. I think he set a record for fielding percentage this year in the minors. Great defensive shortstop. So
let's go.
We're hoping all you get hit. The hitting is taking a little while to get going, but he's still so young. So I think he's going to. So we'll see what he looks like in spring training. Let's go, man. I can't wait to get to spring training. But
I know
we gotta deal with what we have for now. And what we have for now is the Dodgers on the precipice of going to their 3rd World Series in the last 6 years, a chance to win 3 in 6 years. As they beat the Brewers last night 3-1.
I think they're going to win.
Yeah. I mean, obviously it seems like it. We'll see. I was surprised by the low scoring nature of this game. The Brewers just didn't get off on the right foot. They pitched 2 2/3 scoreless to end the game, but the first 5 1/3 innings, you give up 3 runs. I think they should have started the Miz rather than going with Ashby to start. He gave up a run in the first. Miz played, pitched pretty well, 9 strikeouts over 5 innings. Glasnow, though, kept them at bay, 5 2/3, 3 hits, 1 run, and 8 strikeouts. Bullpen was flawless, which we haven't seen out of them, but Sasaki settling down after they had to pull him for Blake Trinan last game. So they're up 3-0, and they got another game tonight. The Blue Jays Mariners series tied. Mariners win the first 2 in Toronto. Blue Jays take the first 2 in Seattle, 8-2. We talked about Scherzer last night, the Jeter clip, all of that. I was surprised that he stepped up. Felt like he was washed, but that was in my prediction just because the opposite of what you expect to happen. Despite 4 walks, pitched 5 2/3, a 2-run ball. So that's all you could ask. Bullpen was good. Vladdy homered. Jimenez also with a homer, but Guerrero hitting .455 with a .970 slug. That's ridiculous. So listen, it's disappointing for the Mariners, but you have one more home game tonight, because the 2-3-2 format. You get Gausman and Miller, and then you have Ohtani and an opener, it looks like, for the Brewers. So 2 games on the docket. So if we could just strike up the music, Michael, and do a 2-game championship series frenzy, which is going to be brought to you by Velvet Llama. To Seattle we go, T-Mobile Park. Can the Mariners give the Seattle faithful something to smile about, or is this going to be potentially the last game of the season for the Mariners at home? Miller, Gausman, and Toronto, slight favorites here, -120. Seattle coming up on even on the money line. But it seems like Seattle is ready to punch back. The momentum they had those first 2 games of this series, outscoring the Blue Jays 13-4, but the last 2 games they've been outscored 21-6. But you're only as good as your next day's starting pitcher. Miller was great last time. I think he follows it up again. Gausman, I think, is due to get popped. I think they lay off the splitter. Maybe he leaves a fastball over the plate for Raleigh and Rodriguez. But I think the Mariners are going to take a 3-2 lead here. I'm going to say it's an over game as well. I think they score 7, give up 2. So we're going to go Mariners in the over. And the other game, I don't think we need much of a summary here. I think it's over for Milwaukee. Great start, but we all kind of said, is this going to translate in the postseason? Sure, they won the DS, but having a lot of trouble here with the Dodgers, and I think it's a clean sweep. Ohtani, who hasn't been hitting, I think he pitches well. 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, no earned. I think Dodgers, very business-like, 4-0 win over the Brewers to advance to their 2nd consecutive World Series. 3rd in the last 6. Dodgers under, just like that. Your MLB championship frenzy, and we can leave the music up, but if we could get the immaculate grid. And then is this monitor hooked up or no? Or I guess I can look on my phone.
Actually, give me 1 sec.
Okay. Because we do have a grid here, and I did some homework already, so I'm actually pretty well off. I'm just gonna need, and we'll put it up once we get this screen adjusted. Or it is already up. Okay. But if anybody out there, I'm pretty much good, but I just need the Brewers and the Cardinals. And I was just trying to think about this. Was it Gallardo on the Cardinals? I kind of want to check that out. Giovanni Gallardo. I don't know. No. Okay, it wasn't Gallardo. So yeah, if Ernie or Josh B's out there, Chief as well. But I'll get you started here, Michael. Thank you for that. So we can go starting at going left to right from the top. Greg Holland, former closer, championship closer for the Royals. Next to him, Carlos Beltran. Next to him, Alcides Escobar. Alcides. And then I think your mic is off.
I was just saying it's sad how you don't know ball.
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay, Kev. And then
we love Kev, just tease him.
Yeah, but sometimes it's like, come on, sit down. Anyway, yes, Ryan Helsley,
middle,
Tony's favorite, right
for
there.
this like trash organization.
And then right next to, for the trash organization, Dead Nuts, David Robertson. Next to him, Jeff McNeil, trash organization.
He's just like
He's
such a little rat.
Such a chief.
Look at him.
The rat, the raccoon.
He like loves cheese.
Okay, and then I don't have that one, but if you just move over to the next one, Rowdy Tellez. So ROW. Okay, and then next to him, Joey Ortiz.
Wow, Barnes.
Yeah,
this is
this
pretty good.
last one, I'm just trying to think of Milwaukee and St. Louis.
Anybody.
I know, right? I'm just trying to think about other guys, pitchers, closers. It wasn't Bob Wickman, but who else closed? Not Hader. I'm just trying to think about catchers or first baseman. Not Richie Sexton. I don't think Billy Hall was on the Cardinals. No. Other guys. And then, it was a while ago, but Ernie had said Puka officially out. Jeez, I don't know why this one is so hard. Let me see what else I could think about here. I don't think Brian Jordan, right? No. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's do Michael. Jed Gierko for the last one.
Jed?
Jedd. And there we go. 21.
Wow.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Very good.
So,
and if you could continue, Michael.
If you could continue, switch the music up for the football. Let me just get this on my screen. Of course, it's lagging for a second.
What's the A? Alabama?
A is Alabama. We'll be able to navigate. It makes it a little more difficult.
That's a little curveball.
A little curveball. Everything will be all right, though. We don't want to get too nervous. Dolphins, Alabama. So bottom middle, Michael.
Bottom middle, Michael.
Kenyon Drake. AN.
Jesus.
Yep. 3%. There we
Very
go.
Good. Very good.
All right. So we got to think about Alabama Pro Bowl. And let's see, the Lions and the Saints. Chief must have a tough mail route today. Because I feel like these football grids, he's usually all over. Pro Bowler for the Rams as well. Dun, 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 dun. Nothing like these classic sports.
They're so good.
Tracks. Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Like if we were like in old school hand-to-hand combat war, like back in the day, this is what they would be playing on the field.
Yeah.
Like this kind of music.
Exactly. Dude, my fucking this is actually pissing me off. My computer.
I know what you need for Christmas.
Oh man.
Just tell Santa.
Okay, so really good one. Rams Pro Bowl, top right.
Top right.
Mark Bolger. Yep.
Wow, what a classic.
You remember him?
Of course.
Of course.
I can't believe he doesn't have a photo. What the fuck?
They don't. Some of the guys, they just don't have the photos for.
That's
I don't know why.
disrespectful.
Okay. Thinking about the Saints here. Let me just see. Another throwback for you, Michael. Deuce McAllister right underneath Bolger.
Wow.
Underneath Bolger, yep.
That is a throwback for me. I haven't heard that name in a minute. Dude, you're doing great right now. Have you been getting better?
Oh, yeah. No. The football were basically just as good
well,
as...
all right. Let's not.
No. We've got some really low scores. But I'm saying it used to be like, just get 180, get something. But we've done a lot better now. Okay, so I'm trying to think about other... Do Minka Fitzpatrick for Pro Bowl Alabama.
Minka?
M-I-N-K. Yep.
Wow.
1%. There we go. Okay. Let me just think about this for a second. So you'll Saints. Okay, so for Lions and Rams, Josh Reynolds.
Remember Josh Rosen?
Yes.
It's crazy. I saw a video on him.
Busts.
Yes. Most ready QB of the 2018 draft.
But then he
Horrible.
had the rich family, the lack of motivation.
Yeah. Now he's getting his business degree at some school. I forgot where it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lions, Alabama. And then Dolphins, Rams. Okay, Dolphins, Rams. So I believe that is let me just make sure about this. So AJ Feely. 0.3, there we go.
This is nice.
Okay, so we got the Lions and the Saints and the Dolphins and the Saints. So the Dolphins and the Saints. Let me just think about this for a second. So quarterbacks. This is I feel like the first day ever where it's like just not even one suggestion
From the chat.
Yeah.
I know, it's
There's
pretty
nothing.
gnarly.
Nothing. I don't know what happened. Corporate America, I guess. Okay, let's see. So Dolphins, Saints, I feel like there's a wide receiver. Who's the wide receiver? Because I don't think Zach Thomas. Okay, let's do Shane Graham.
Where are we going?
Dolphin Saints.
Sorry.
So SHAY.
Jesus.
And yep, right there. 0.2. There we go. Okay, so now we need Lions Saints. Okay. Let's try Joey Harrington.
Right here?
There, yep. No.
Oh, shut.
Oh, maybe he was just on the practice squad. Damn. All right. Do Reggie Bush. And then we'll just fill in the last one here. So Alabama. Just do Jamison Williams.
Jamison Williams.
Jameson. All right, listen, football, difficult sometimes. Do you think we stretch our luck and just do the one basketball since you're here?
Yeah, dude, definitely. Anytime I'm here, we should do that.
Gotta do it. Tradition like
Worth
no
it.
other. Obviously, I'll try my best in this. Usually you're the catalyst.
Actually, sorry.
Let's think about this for a second.
This is it right here.
Oh, here we go. Okay, so Knicks, Cavs. Knicks, Kings. Knicks, Hall of Fame. Bucks, Hall of Fame. Bucks, Kings. Knicks, Cavs.
Oh, Derrick Rose.
Knicks, Cavs. Yep. That's all right. Cavs, Bucks. Not Middleton, not Lopez. Mo Williams.
That's a great one.
4%. Okay. Hawks and the Cavs. Kyle Korver.
That's a good one.
Wow. Okay. Hawks and the Kings. Sheldon Williams.
Wow, yeah. What a bust.
Yeah.
I mean, you knew it, but like,
I think he spelled it with an A or SHELDON. E, maybe?
Yeah, there he is.
Oh, okay. Nice. That was a sleeper. Bucks, Kings, and Kings, Knicks. Was Coutinho Mobley on the Knicks or no?
I don't want to say yes. We could do for Knicks, Kings, like Quincy Acey.
AC. Oh, he wasn't on the Knicks. Okay. Yeah, do Quincy AC.
There we go.
4%. Okay. Kings, Bucks. Brogdon wasn't on the Kings, right? No.
Brogdon. I don't think so. We could do Mbamute.
Mabute.
Remember him?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. So the Hall of Fame. I'm just trying to think. The Bucks. Not Kareem. Not Oscar.
No.
I just don't. Anybody in the last I can't even think of anybody in the last 20, 30 years that played on the Bucks that's in the Hall of Fame.
Does it count if they're on? Does it have to be with that team, or just they just in? Could it be USA? Olympic?
No. They have to be on the Bucks.
No, I'm saying like they played on the Bucks, but they got in the Hall of Fame via the USA team. Does that?
I don't think that's
okay. Because Michael Redd.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
would be
Michael
one I could
Redd.
think of because he just got inducted.
Oh yeah. No, I don't think that's gonna count though. The Knicks though, there's got to be guys. Trying to think who recently has been inducted.
Well, Melo obviously, but we could do like
somebody, you know what I mean, who just played there a little bit, but like
I don't know. I'm thinking like either Bernard King or Bill Bradley.
Bill Bradley?
Mm-hmm.
Do Bill Bradley. I don't think anyone's gonna do that. 3%.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, the Bucks. Bucks.
Oh, I mean, we could do Ray Allen.
Yeah, do Ray Allen.
Nice, 10%.
Okay, and then the Hawks. Obviously not Dominique.
No.
Isn't Tony Kukoc in the Hall of Fame? I feel like he is. Try it. Yeah.
Are you sure?
I think so. I think it's Toni.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Nice,
84.
dude.
There we go, dude.
That's pretty good.
Let's go. Awesome. Love to see it. And then we just have one more order of business, Michael. If we could switch gears here and go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores. Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle. It's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink Washington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me? Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pastrnak.
The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
All right. National Hockey League last night, unfortunately, the Rangers going down again, and they went into the third period without a goal. And Michael just stepped out. He'll take this NBA music off when he gets back inside in a second. They didn't score till the third. Great defense again. I mean, but at the end of the day, you lose. Your third straight game here. Felt like a missed opportunity. Wasted a great performance from Igor, 24 of 22, but just having trouble just finding the back of the net I mean, the only goal coming from Juuso Parsinen, so obviously not one of your top line guys. And it was interesting listening to Boomer on the Fan this morning. He was saying, well, if they continue to play good defense, like this, that they are going to, be really good. But it's like at the end of the day, though, you got to score. So that's just my concern here. And you're going to play Montreal tomorrow before you return home next week. You just need a W. I mean, that's it. You're outscored 5-1. It feels embarrassing offensively. I mean, you just have to do better. You get kind of a break, Minnesota and San Jose, before you go back to Canada. Kind of interesting, the quick Canada trip and then back to Canada, it's for Minnesota and San Jose. And it was funny, me and Tony were talking about this yesterday, but someone on one of the YouTube shorts still barking at me about the Chris Kreider thing. And it's like saying, oh, well, it's not his fault. He was injured last year. You don't know anything about hockey. I don't know anything about hockey. Like, yeah, sure, I'm newer to hockey, but I could tell you, I mean, he was a complete negative last year. And like, oh, you don't understand how it works. Hockey players, nonsense. Either you win or you don't. And I feel like we were talking about this with Colum yesterday in like the group chat. But like, sometimes people feel bad. Oh, bad athletes because of this, because of that. I always say, nobody's making you play. So if you can't handle it, it's too much. We're not going to feel bad for you. Just don't play. So I just think that was ridiculous, making excuses for Kreider last year. I just feel like he completely gave up, on the season. That's just how I feel. So yeah, hopefully the Rangers tomorrow can get back in the win column, and then hopefully going home, finally score at home. I can't believe we haven't scored at home. But we're gonna have to face the Canadiens, who have played well, 4-1 with former Ranger Marty St. Louis at the helm. Caulfield winning in overtime last night. So they're off to a great start there. The Senators beating the Kraken 4-3 in a shootout. And this is without Brady Tkachuk. Definitely a good W there. Shane Pinto there with the game winner as Michael comes in ready to take off the NBA music. There he is. No, you're good. You're good. And then we talked about
that's hilarious.
Vegas giving it to you, and the Panthers. And we have Jimmy Butka. What do we got from Jimmy Butka?
Says, yo, Penguins beat the Kings last night.
Yes, and we're gonna get to that, Jimmy. So I guess Jimmy's still a Penguins fan. We know Michael has dropped off since Doc Emrick.
Yeah, Jimmy's more loyal.
Yes, he is. Obviously with the Yankees, he's hanging in there, of course, even though it's tough. Feels the pain, but yeah. Penguins need to win last night. But the Devils with the upset. We talked about the Vegas free money, favoring the Devils. Obviously, you knew that was going to happen. So Tony took it on the chin there. But they win. They're 3-1. The Jets are 3-1, 5-2 over the Flyers. Got 2 goals from Mark Schafley. So they're 3-1. Avalanche. I thought Blue Jackets maybe would pull it at home. Sometimes they're better. But no such thing. Brock Nelson, the former Islander, with the goal. So 4-1 there. Speaking of the Islanders, I called this one. They win 4-2 over the Oilers to get their first win of the season. Rittich getting the start, playing pretty well. 31 of 33 in net. And Bro Horvat with the proverbial hat trick. So Islanders now 1-3. Me and Alan will be there on Tuesday for the Sharks.
$5 a game?
Not 5, but 16, Michael.
For 2.
No, 16 each. But that's, obviously, the Rangers is $100.
Dude, you're going to a professional hockey game for less than $20.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So I'm excited for that. The Canucks 5-3 over the Stars. Canucks going to 2-2. Demko with a good game, 28-31. Quinn Hughes had a goal and an assist, and Rantanen finding the score sheet for the Stars, who suffered their first loss of the year. And then Kev says, I think we can blame the Discord on the part-time producer. LMA still got nothing but love.
My bad. Love you too, Kev.
No, it's so funny. It's so funny, Kev. Like, I know that was just very light and you're not offended, but I just feel like he loves like the subtle call out or like a heavy call out. But anything his direction, I know this is gonna make him explode. You know what I mean? When it's like he gets so excited. Yo, I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
No, he's right though. I should have been prepared, Kev, to handle
but listen,
the Discord
as
call.
I always say to Josh and the fellas, it's all in good fun. It's all in
is.
good fun. And yes, Jimmy, we're happy about the surgery. And then Kev with the Nabra. Kev, I'm just joking around, man. But that was at least some good news, Jimmy. But we got to get Murakami. I'm just honed in on that. Michael knows.
Needs to
Matsui
happen.
Part 2. We need it.
Need it.
The Knights 6-5 over the Bruins. Carlson with 2 goals. Eichel with a goal and assist. Knights are 3-0-2. The Hurricanes 4-1 for the Ducks. Thought maybe an upset there. Ducks are 2-2. Nothing for Kreider. No back. Barnes didn't tell you about Discord session to prepare for. Wow. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. And then how about this? Jimmy going, how those Mets doing, Kev? Whoops, they missed the playoffs. You Yankee fans. That's around the corner. But anyway, so Hurricanes now 4-0 on the year. So I haven't talked to Chokery about that, but I'm sure he's riled. And then Penguins 4-2 over the Kings, like Jimmy had mentioned. So they pick up their 3rd victory of the season, recovering after they had gotten shellacked by the Rangers last week. But on to today, and what we're going to do is we have 4 games, so we'll do a pick frenzy here, and then we'll include the Rangers game tomorrow. So let's start in Detroit, a battle with the Lightning and the Red Wings, and the Red Wings plus 130 at home, Lightning minus 150. I gotta go with the Lightning here. I know I like the whole opposite things, and I just feel like the Lightning though. The 0-2 or the 1-2-1 start. I just feel like they are ready to make a run in the East. Hopefully the Rangers wake up and can challenge them. But I think they're gonna win this game. I know Tony always likes the Red Wings, but I think a close one. But I think Tampa wins in overtime, and I'll say Braden Point, the game winner. They win 3-2, so we'll go Lightning and under there. Moving along, nation's capital. The Capitals hosting the Wild. Capitals 3-1, Wild 2-2. I'm going to go with the Wild. Kaprizov has 9 points already. I'll go with him with the 2 goals and a 1 assist here. Another low score. They win 3-2, so Wild in the under there. We go to Chicago. We've talked about Connor Bedard's here his 3rd season already. Remember that season debut, the Gretzky goal tracker, all of that. Hoping the Blackhawks can be in the playoffs. It's been a while since we've seen that. But I think Bedard, big game, maybe a career game, Michael. Let's give him the hat trick. And let's have the Blackhawks win this one 5-3. And yeah, Kev is obsessed with that phrase and P. Diddy, but that's a different story.
I thought it was pretty funny, but
no, I guess I'll give him credit. He's dialed it back with both that and Diddy, but still. Anyway, Blackhawks in the over there. And last game tonight before we get to the Rangers, Mammoth Sharks. Sharks, I think, first win of the season. Celebrini, game winner. I'm going to say 4-3. And we'll go Sharks in the over there. I've never seen somebody so excited to, go. You know what I mean? With Kev, just loves the trash talking.
Honestly, Kev, you make me laugh. So,
yeah. I mean, at least that makes one of us, right, Michael? He almost spit out his coffee. Come on. Like I said, good fun. We're all joking around. Last game here. We're going tomorrow night. The Bell Center. Tony always likes to emphasize the Bell Center. So the Canadiens and the Rangers. Rangers are fucking due to score 5 goals. I don't know what you want me to say other than that. Mika, hello.
Fire Drury, hello.
Yeah, go back to Colony. But
go
anyway,
eat your pizzas, get fat and happy.
But I would say Zibanejad, let's give him a goal and 2 assists. And let's see the captain, JT Miller, 2 goals for him as well. 6-2. Rangers over. Just like that.
Who's the captain now?
Your NHL Frenzy, JT Miller.
Okay.
And this NHL Frenzy, by the way, is brought to you by Adam and the Boys, the Hirsch Law Firm. So, Kev Dew, you're running some trouble there in Jersey. You know who to call.
Yeah.
So, other than that, just want to do a quick college football rundown here. Tonight, Louisville, Miami. Miami, 11.5-point favorites. It's interesting. It feels like, they're due to slip up. You got Moss over there. on Louisville. I believe that's the former USC quarterback, right? Miller Moss, Miller Moss, who's played, decently, 67.1 quarterback rating for Louisville there. But Miami obviously has been impressive, 5-0. The wins over Florida State, Florida, USF, and Notre Dame, and Boston College in there as well. That was a 45-3. But Carson Beck, it seems like the U is due. They're due for the playoffs. That late season loss to Syracuse that killed them. So I think they'll win this game. I don't know if they cover though. I'm gonna say they win by a touchdown. So we'll go Miami in the under. Let's say it's 20-13. So we'll go Hurricanes in the under there. Then you got Nebraska, Minnesota tonight, 8:00 on Fox. Raiola, Dominique Raiola's younger brother, the former center for the Lions. PJ Fleck rowing in the boat at home, but I'll go with Nebraska. Rule finally turning that Nebraska program around. I think they win by a field goal, so we'll say it's going to be Minnesota in the points in the under, and Nebraska is going to win. Let's say 24-21, and then just looking at the big games this weekend, LSU Vandy a 1.5 favorite there. Nussmeier, been a lot of hype. 9 touchdowns, 5 picks. We know about Pavia. He's been around a while now, leading Vandy in rushing. I like LSU. I know Brian Kelly chokes a lot, but I think they're better than Vandy. I think they win. So that would be LSU plus 1.5. And we'll go over the 47.5, let's say like a 31-24 situation. And then, other big games here. I'm just looking for stuff that's actually going to be close. Number 5, Ole Miss, and number 9, Georgia. I believe I just want to actually check this, but for Mississippi, I believe that Chambliss will be. Let me just see the injury. Do they have the injury report here? Let me just take a look at this. So Chambliss, okay. So, but I feel like they had a different quarterback. I actually need to check this out here. So we go to the Ole Miss Rebels here. And let's see what we got. So quarterback Maddox Simmons, right? Wasn't it Austin? I feel like it was Austin Simmons. Let's see. Chambliss to start versus LSU, but that was a month ago. Okay. I need to look this up now. Who will start for Ole Miss at QB this week? Ole Miss. Okay, so it will be Chambliss getting the start with the Simmons injury. Okay. Anyway, this is interesting. 2 power coaches, SEC veterans, and Lane Kiffin, and Kirby Smart. I gotta go with Georgia. I can see Ole Miss winning, but Kirby Smart, I think one of the best coaches in the country. I like them at home here. This is definitely a tight, classic game. And then, he says, where's Josh? Didn't even say hi today.
I'm gonna just check in, make sure he's doing okay.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Because I know we tried to have him on the Discord for a second. It feels like it was a tough day at work. I'm not sure, but hope Josh is all right. But I'm gonna say Georgia wins here. They're 7.5-point favorites. No, they don't cover. I think double overtime. How about this? We'll say 51-48. So let's go with Georgia in the over there. I want to say, let's see. So that's unranked. Who's Oregon playing? Rutgers. That's going to be a bloodbath at Piscataway. You got Texas, Kentucky, bloodbath. Tennessee, Alabama. That's at 7:30. I think Bama's back. I mean, a lot of talk, about possibly making a coaching change already. But I think they've settled down. I love the way that Simpson has played. 7.5 though might be a little too rich. I can see this being a field goal game as well. So I'm gonna say field goal and under. They win. Let's say 20-17. It's Kalen DeBoer. Yeah. But it seems like he's saving his job for now. I know some of the alumni want him out already, but Yeah, so we'll go Bama in the under there. And then a couple more here. What I have circled on my calendar, this is going to be Chris Carr and Jaden Maeva for USC. USC, really their biggest game, it feels like, in like 10 years. Maeva's been great, 13 touchdowns, 2 picks. Chris Carr, the freshman, the highly touted freshman, has been good. 13 touchdowns, 3 picks. Notre Dame, I mean, fighting for their playoff lives after the losses to Miami and Texas A&M, but have won 4 in a row. So started out 0-2, but have beaten Purdue, Arkansas, Boise, and North Carolina State. Obviously, this is their biggest test. But 9.5, I don't know. It seems crazy. Line open at 7.5. I guess everybody's betting Notre Dame. But I'm going to go with the Trojans outright. So
outright.
Obviously, I love the 9.5. I think let's say the Trojans win 2-point conversion at the end, almost like the old Bush push days. Quinn,
push.
Leinart.
Wow.
Lendale White, Reggie Bush, those type of days.
That was a great team.
That was the best.
Yeah.
04-05 Trojans. So we'll say 41-40. So let's go USC with the points and the over. And I think we have one more ranked matchup. Is it BYU, Utah? It is. Utah, 3.5-point favorite. Utah, as Tony would say. BYU 6-0 in the Big 12 here. So this is interesting. Dampier for Utah has played well this year. Utah, their only loss there to Texas Tech got blown out, but recovered by beating Arizona State and West Virginia. I'm gonna go with Utah. And it's interesting that despite BYU being undefeated and at home, Utah is the favorite. But just a feeling. Feels like BYU maybe is due the 3.5. Let's say under as well. Utah, I don't know. Let's say they win 24-20. So that'll be Utah in the under. And that's really all we have for college football. I did want to just check, and I was joking with Tony that I would send the list because we do have the Utah Black Desert Championship on the PGA Tour. No tournament this week, but that'll be next week in
Utah.
They're gonna list who's in the field. So I just want to see if this is up before we wrap up here. Anything from Josh?
No message back yet.
Okay.
No. He's got to be going through
5
something.
p.m. Yeah. Hope he's good.
Like, I mean, work-wise, not like he's like...
No, I know.
He's going through it right now.
Well, we do have that number there, the Hirsch Law Firm, right?
And Velvet, the combo.
Yeah, Velvet, exactly.
Combo mambo there.
But yeah, so Black Desert, 5 o'clock, so we'll talk about that on Monday when Tony's back. But yeah, here we are, Michael. Anything, as we head into the weekend here?
I guess all I could say is tomorrow... First of all, happy DTV week, everybody.
Yes.
Because I wasn't here on the 15th. Very special day for us. 7 years and counting. Every year, getting bigger and better. I could just remember your first sports port.
Yes, sitting over there.
Yep.
Side chair.
Yeah, you were just sitting here.
Talking NBA.
Yes,
Danny Green.
Yes.
Yep.
Never thought I'd see Barnes
1,000 plus in 1,100
shy
plus
talking sports.
Yes,
because he was just like a little bit of a different element. But anyway, the DTV crew is in a film festival.
There we go.
We're going tomorrow. It's gonna be a good time. I'm really pumped
Where
about
is
it. The town is called Pelham.
Tony didn't tell you about Pelham?
I know you guys talk about it, but give me the...
No. It was just because a couple times with the Mets, before they changed the train system, we Ubered to the Pelham trains. Or no. Took the train to Pelham, Ubered from Pelham to Publicans or City Field.
Got it.
So that was the whole thing. Pelham, dude? Yeah, so definitely give Tony a couple of Pelham dudes tomorrow.
I will.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
It's dope. We're Mighty Morphin Power Plumbers 1 and 2 will be aired.
Great.
And yeah, dude, I'm just pumped. Good weekend ahead. Sports, football, Jets.
Yeah.
Really excited. So yeah.
Yeah. Let's
go.
What
about you?
Yeah. Nothing really specific. Obviously, like you said, the football over the weekend. Yeah, just gonna enjoy it here. I think we'll see some good games. I'm excited for tomorrow with USC Notre Dame. I think that rivalry is gonna be renewed.
Let's go.
But that being said, thank you, Michael, for holding it down. Always great to have you here. Thank you to all of you this week for commenting, liking, and subscribing, checking out all the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume, the merch at downtimetv.com. Want everybody to enjoy the day, enjoy the games, and we will see you on Monday.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do.